Hands up, everybody! It's showtime!
Grab shell, dude!
Ready?
Ready!
Oh boy, oh boy!
Look it.
You got a problem, buddy? Do you?
Where is my super suit? Spit that out right now!
You mean you don't like me?
So long, partner.
The Enigma code is one of the structural devices made by Roland Barthes. This structure sparks the audience's interest and drives a movie forward. All films deliberately set puzzles, pose problems, hint at secrets to be divulged, mysteries to be unraveled, and hopes fulfilled. This is what ignites curiosity, holds attention, and creates suspense and surprise. By withholding and strategically delaying the release of narrative information, filmmakers control the audience.
Dory! We have to tell everybody to
Swim down together! You understand what I'm saying to you? Swim!
A story can be just a story in which something happens. For Disney Pixar, it is important that at the end, something has changed. The characters have changed and have learned something, and the world has come back better. Disney Pixar shows in every movie multiple moralities. Both for children, but also morals that are only meant for parents. In addition, a story must appeal to someone. You should be able to empathize and imagine that this happens. This, of course, has to deal with characters also. To tell a story you need signs and characters, which we will explain further now. Films are made up in different blocks. These blocks are called signs. Signs come forth in every film. Signs are the gestures of the main character to another character, to the bottle that the camera focuses on for a special meaning. This enhances the story you want to tell. For example, the siren of this police car tells us that he is ready to take down the other car if he runs away. In short, a cinematic sign is anything large or small which we find ourselves responding to. Something becomes a sign when we single it out for special attention. Every sign has two sides to it. You have the physical and the psychological. The physical meaning behind the sign is the object itself. We call this the signifier. The psychological meaning is the reaction to the object. The mental picture, or idea, it provokes in the mind. This is called the signified. As we understand the psychological meaning behind signs, we can make a connection to metaphors. With a metaphor, we let the audience make a connection to something already known. For example, this car. Normally it just looks like a car. But because of the shape, the voice and the background, the filmmakers made a connection to Arnold Schwarzenegger. At the same time, every sign has two other distinctions. Those are the denotation and connotation. Denotation is the primary direct meaning the sign has. As we see in this scene of Finding Nemo, the guys stumble upon a boat.
Sandy Plankton saw one. He said it was called a butt. Wow, that's a pretty big butt.
As they don't know what it is, they are very curious about it. But they don't know what danger the boat beholds. The denotation in this scene is that we see a boat. The connotation meaning behind this sign is that the boat represents that humans are close by. This is no fun fact for these lovely fish. As we see in this next scene, Nemo has touched the boat. He regrets his decision once he sees the human who will catch him. signs are a very important part of making characters come to life. There are a lot of movements, gestures, hints and sounds in the behavior of the characters, signs. The story in a film creates the reason why the characters need to go on their quest. This refers to the Enigma Code. As the characters live through the story, they learn and grow. There are characters you can identify with, because of their personality, learnings, or problems they have. These are the round characters. For example, Marlin, in Finding Nemo. After losing all of his children, before they were born, except Nemo, he has become very careful. He doesn't want to let go of Nemo. He needs to learn, if he wants to keep his child close, he has to let him go.
I can do this!
You're right. I know you can.
There are characters that do matter to the story, but they have certain characterizations that don't really matter to the story, but are fun to watch. These characters are called flat characters. For example, the fish in the fish tank in Finding Nemo. Each fish has serious psychological problems, like compulsive neuroses, extreme fear of contamination, workaholism, a split personality, irascibility and youth traumas. Also there are stereotype characters, you might only understand when you're older, to make things funnier. For example, these two Italian cars. They are very nationalistic, and only like Italian cars. They even made the Leaning Tower of Pisa out of tires. The combination of a believable story, and characters you can identify with, make a movie believable. The genres of Disney Pixar movies are fantasy and science fiction. Both are stories based on things that are not real, but while watching, you don't think about it. Of course, this is done by using characters and a story, but also by doing little things in the movie that make it possible that it is real. For example, in Toy Story, people lose their stuff, and after looking 5 times at the same spot, they only see it the 5th time. And for some reason toy batteries seem to be always empty.
Okay! Save your batteries.
Toy Story explains this and makes it more reasonable that this is happening. Because toys only move when you're not watching, use your batteries, and sometimes disappear to somewhere else and be back later. The use of music in film is the one mode of storytelling that exists in cinema, beyond that of showing and telling. Music can aid the emotional impact in a film that is limited by a scene without music or sound. In every film the emotional impact is different. It doesn't matter if the music is incidental music, a popular soundtrack, or a theme song. It all affects us as an audience. With this example we can show you how music affects the scene. Here you will see 2 cars chasing each other. We will change the music behind this scene, and you can experience the effect. And last, but definitely not least, the Easter eggs. This might be the most important thing to keep adults interested in Disney Pixar movies. Easter eggs come from the literal Easter eggs with Easter. You hide the eggs, others are not supposed to find them as soon as they look around, but after a little searching, you want them to find them anyway. Every Disney Pixar movie contains Easter eggs that you might only see after watching the movie multiple times. So, as you have seen, there are a lot of things that influence emotion in film, and make a Disney Pixar movie interesting for adults. If you want to read the whole report, go to the blog, Dream Discover Do.